Welcome back to a new edition of Hits and Hoops. I'm Tyler, and this is my main man, Dixon Luna. What's goody, Chicho?
Wagwan, bruv. It's been a minute, innit?
It's been a
You know what I'm
minute. It's been
saying?
almost 2 months. We took a little bit of an off season, worked on a few things, got a little bit better, but we're here for Hits and Hoops' first birthday. Happy birthday, Hits and Hoops! Dixon, we made it a year with our project Tips and Hoops. So we're celebrating the birthday. If you're not watching, make sure you watch on YouTube to get the whole birthday effect, birthday
Nah,
vibe.
for sure. We in full celebration. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to us. Everyone that's been here for a whole year. About
A
to
whole
get
year, yeah, for
better.
sure.
Second
For
year. But nah, that first year was quite the experience. So happy birthday to everyone. Turn up.
so yeah, we're just gonna celebrate today's birthday, season 2, episode 1. Um, Today we're gonna be going into the Olympics. Olympic is about to finish up tomorrow or in 2 days. And I believe USA is leading in gold for anybody that cares. And we're going to talk about some NFL preview.
Yes,
I
sir.
can't wait for
NFL
that. I
season coming up right around the
can't
corner.
wait. I
Hey,
cannot wait.
all men 30 and above are rejoicing right now.
All right, I'm gonna jump into the Olympics, Paris 2024.
Paris.
I know you've been locked into this.
Hey, I've been locked into the Olympics, fam. Call me Mr. World. Hey, I don't partake to a particular nation. You feel me? I'm a human. I'm all races. You get me? So I just been tapped in. My favorite thing to do is like I just leave it on background in my crib. Every hour is a different sport, no matter the hour. 8 a.m., 3 p.m., 7 p.m. Some of the randomest sports I've seen that I've been tapping in with archery
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
is dope because like during the shooting, you'll see like in the corner they have their BPM, their heart rate.
Oh, I did notice that. Yeah.
You can see how it slows down right before they shoot. It dropped down to like 91, 92. The normal was like 96 or some shit. I don't know.
Okay.
I was also seeing rock climbing.
Oh, I didn't see that.
That
Okay.
was different. Big ass wall. I didn't really tap in too much, but I did see that a little bit.
Yeah, that's a
Obviously,
very nice.
fan favorite ping pong. They be going crazy in that joint,
Oh yeah, I saw a lot of the women's one, and they be
screaming
good.
after every hit type shit.
Yeah.
Asian girls going crazy in that joint. What I seen. What else did I see? I seen handball. That was pretty interesting.
I saw that today too. It was
That
like
actually seems pretty
basketball
fun.
with
I feel like people like
hockey
me and you
and
would enjoy that, like because we usually like sports with hands and balls. Balls.
very
Football,
true.
basketball, baseball. We was never into soccer. We was never into soccer, fam.
When I was when I was watching the handball, all I could think about was like this like seems like a game that you make up with your friends.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
feel
like,
like we've
hey,
been played that in the backyard somewhere.
yeah, I just never knew it was called handball. It was just like beat me at this game with the ball. But
Exactly.
yeah, that's cool. So like, what have been some of your favorites though? I know you named some of the ones that you saw, but are there any that like are your favorites?
I mean, I really just been enjoying it all. I really
Oh, okay.
taking it all in, just trying to appreciate everything. Cause just as a sports fan, as a man, this is like sports heaven. So I just been trying to take it all in, appreciate everything. I've seen 3-on-3 basketball. The
Yeah,
USA team was looking dumb trash.
yeah.
I mean, they just had a bunch of washed up college guys. So
Oof.
they could have easily threw Joe Johnson, Mello, and someone else in that joint. You feel me? Let's get some retired
Yeah.
NBA folks in there.
I mean, or just current. I mean, what's the problem?
Good point.
What's the problem?
Good point.
Some of my favorites, and I until I made this list, I didn't realize it's just large human beings lifting heavy shit. So one of my favorite was the shot put when the big man
Yeah.
they put. I saw women's and men's. They take the rock, do the spin and throw. That was
Hmm.
I don't know why, but that was just exhilarating because all those guys are just absolute units.
Monsters.
And then the weightlifting. I mean, those guys are just they're incredibly strong for any kind of human being. And
They still
they
can't whoop
all
me
got
though.
bigger guts than me, so it's like hell yeah. And then I mean, other than that, the gymnastics, it's been amazing. It's been amazing with Simone Biles. Like
Shout
watching
out to
that,
her. Probably to go by now, honestly.
like people that know about Olympics, I don't know about Olympics like that. Like, but the people I hear now that the Olympics are going on, like they're already claiming her she's the GOAT. And it's like that's awesome. But what she does is incredible. But that whole like a lot of those chicks, they all won one, two, and three, like the same chicks in a way, and they were all fire. Like to be able to do that, shout out to you. And then other than basketball, basketball's been off the chain.
No,
Shout
the
out.
gymnastics really been going crazy for sure. Seeing someone like Simone Biles is special. Um, it's always just crazy just to see them do what they do, like just levitating so high in the air, doing 7 flips. I seen KD put out a tweet. I thought he was trolling. He was like, "Yo, I really think Simone Biles could catch one off the lob and finish."
Oh, I saw that.
I
Yeah.
said, "Wait, you trolling KD?" But then I looked up highlights and I'm like, "Wait, she's getting 5 feet in the air and doing 10 flips. She might really be able to yam it off the break, yo, at like 4'11". That's crazy."
Yeah, she's got that vert. One thing that I did see that I think is hilarious, but breakdancing is in the Olympics, and that's a crock of shit. That was I was watching Step Up, the movie.
Oh,
That's what I
you
thought.
saw it though?
Oh, I watched it. I couldn't turn it off, but it was like I couldn't believe that this was an Olympic event.
I fuck with breakdancing though. Shout out to like hip
Yeah,
hop
breakdancing is
origins,
cool, but as an
graffiti.
Olympic event, are you gonna put breakdancing in the same category as like archery? I mean,
I mean, there's
we might as
you
well throw
actually
in
have to do a lot more with your body
oh, I get it.
in
It's all
breakdancing than in archery. You actually have to be more athletic to do breakdancing than archery,
yep. Yep.
technically.
So
But
if
I
break
feel like they should just open it up. Hey, let's do salsa. Let's
I
do
think
gay. Let's do hip hop. Hey, let's just do dancing, fam. Fuck it.
that's what I was getting to. Because why is break I mean breakdancing is I mean, I wouldn't say it's a type of dance, but it's not popularized enough to be a Olympic sport is what I'm trying to get at. Why that, but not merengue, like what you were naming. Have all dances in there. Because that's not the first thing as when I think of dancing as a sport, right? I don't think of breakdancing as
Hey,
just
hitting the nene at the Olympics would be epic, fam.
just if we're gonna do dancing, let's not start with breakdancing. Yes, it's very impressive what they can do. I totally agree. But how is this how can they win a gold medal for that?
I thought it was dope, but I never personally saw it, so I can't really say much.
It was Step Up the movie. That's what it
I love
was.
that movie. I love that movie and
Okay.
part two.
One another thing about the Olympics is like the player conditioning, like all the types of conditioning that all the different sports have to do. It's one thing that's very impressive. I mean, these guys are all chiseled, jacked, ladies too, not discriminating. All every athlete is incredibly conditioned for their sports.
Hey, talking about them being conditioned, let's talk about the conditions of them being out there in Paris, what the word has been. So, for those that don't know, when you get a bunch of good looking, famous athletes in the same area at the same time,
Oh, I know where this is going.
shit be going down, if you get me. So much to the point where the actual Olympics union, the Olympics, the guys in charge of the Olympics said, "Oh, we can't actually promote this. We can't, make this easy for them to do." So they started making these Olympic beds that are pretty much made out of cardboard. No spring, no box set, none of that. Unsmashable beds type.
Bro, bro, these are Olympians. You think they even smashing on the bed?
Hey, these
Hell
are
no.
Olympians, fam. These boys could do it in the air type shit if they wanted to.
Hell yeah.
So that really ain't gonna stop much, but it's interesting that these world class athletes are having shitty ass beds. because
Yeah,
they should have the best of the best. So I feel like that's the commission or whatever. They're focused on the wrong things. People gonna do what they gonna do. You just gotta worry about giving them the best conditions for them to sleep and rest. You gotta remember it's not just what they do on the field, on the court, it's what's the conditions off the court.
that's
So
true.
much
Yeah.
to the point where there was another breaking story of an Italian swimmer who had won gold who was seen like sleeping outside.
What? I didn't
Yeah,
see that.
he was caught sleeping outside, like next to a bench type shit, and he was like, "It's better out here than in the village because the conditions are so bad, like so
No
terrible."
shit. Let me tell you one thing though. And the all these NBA players ain't doing that. All these basketball teams, they're living. They're at the right places. I'm telling you about that.
Oh no, them boys at the Louvre, them boys at the five, them boys in the best hotels that Paris ever.
Hell yeah. They got
Mind you,
their
these
mattresses
are
are
still
this thick.
adults. They still have the option to stay there or not. If you got the bread, if you got the status, you ain't staying there. But if you the archery dude and you might got a chance at the Canadian volleyball player, your ass better stay there.
I hear that. Um, One event that I didn't see much of. I saw more of the women's, but the men's
Track.
what was it, 100 meter, the men's track, yeah. And I
Mm-hmm.
know Noah Lyles represented for USA, right?
Hey, I fuck with Noah Lyles, aka Mr. Yu-Gi-Oh, aka Mr. Blue Eyes White Dragon. He walked the walk and talked it. But that was one of the greatest, most exhilarating, fastest, closest 100-meter runs I've ever seen. That was
He won by
phenomenal.
like
Everyone
point
did their
oh
thing,
five or something, right?
bro. It was close with everyone. It wasn't
Right.
just the top three. It was close. Everyone was close. And this was when I first got hit to it. This is when I first learned that to win that race, it's not about whose foot, whose head, whose hand goes over the line first, whose torso goes over the line first.
Oh,
That's
okay.
how you gauge it. So if you see the super slow mo in that case, Noah allows his torso, he leans forward, and that's what gave him the advantage over a Jamaican runner that he was competing with. Great race, happy for Noah Lyles. He talked all that shit. He had Team USA sitting there on the sidelines waiting for him to fail.
Nah, they're rooting for him. Come on, bro.
Like literally showed up to watch him. And he did his thing. Later on, turned out he ran the 200 and he got bronze. Supposedly he had COVID. I don't want to hear an excuse after the fact. I'm sorry. Even if you did have it, if you were out there, then you're competing. Then I got to treat you the same as everyone else. But he still got bronze, so still impressive. Wasn't able to perform in the relays, the 4x100 relays. So sad I couldn't see him out there, but I was glad he got the goal for the 100 because really his bag, his shit is the 200. So he really
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
even supposed to compete like that in the 100, like for a gold. So the
Interesting.
fact that he
Okay.
did do it, he did get it was really dope.
So talking about the USA basketball, they won gold today against France. I know we both were
Beautiful.
watching
Hey,
it, but we talked after it.
and I'm proud to be an American where at least I know I'm free.
Yeah, it was a great game, and I mean, that was an awesome, dominant team.
Hey,
Is
but look, not as dominant as you think, buddy. Shit was close these last two games, but
Yeah,
it's not even that's not a testament of USA. That's a testament of the world. Fam, when the Dream Team played, it was under 10 players worldwide that were in the NBA that was on other teams. Right now is over 50 players on other teams. It's a huge difference in the competition, huge difference.
I mean, even a team. I know it was an expedition when they played South Sudan. When they played them in the expedition, that was
Mm-hmm.
that was kind of like this is a team that's never been here, and they
Hey, South
almost
Sudan,
beat.
shout out to them. They made a lot of noises.
Hell yeah. A lot of those players were super impressive. I watched two of their games and I thought, man, this is there might be a wave of Sedan players coming out because all them boys, I think even the point guard was at least like 6'7" long and
Athletic.
Giannis looking, to be honest.
Nah, I heard crazy shit, bro. Like, first of all, our boy Luol Deng, he's been the one
Shout out.
recording that whole thing.
Hey, remember when we met him?
That's what I was gonna say. For those that don't know, me and Tyler had went to I think it was a car convention one year in Miami,
Yeah. Yeah.
Miami Exhibition Center, and Luol Deng was there giving out autographs. So we went and got the autograph, and he started laughing. He looked at Tyler. He was with his boy that was there too. He looked at Tyler. He's like, "Hey, don't he remind you of such and such?" My boy was like, "Yeah, hell yeah." The what?
The non-enjoyable side of the Oculus.
Okay, what is that?
It's when your son's fist goes through your TV.
So then I also heard that they don't have one indoor basketball court in the whole
Mm,
country. I'm like,
that's a
damn,
bit
that's
tough.
tough. That's tough. So it ain't like they have the best training programs or conditions, and they still was competing with Team USA. So shout out to them for sure.
I
So
mean, for everything that Luol Deng supposedly is doing, right? I mean, you would think that would be on the like that's about to come up, right?
hey, I mean, he did
Luol
get
Deng
paid
got
about
bread. He
five
just he's
years sitting on the couch, got M's from a fucking NBA team. So at
from
least
the
he put that bread
Lakers.
into something good.
Hell yeah! After he left Miami, he went to LA, got like a 4 or 5 year deal, and was on the like was on his couch within like half a year.
And was just getting checks in the mail weekly.
Yeah, I remember when we were growing up. I remember when Gilbert Arenas like wasn't in the league anymore. He got paid for extra like 4 or 5 years after he left.
Right.
This is crazy. Could you imagine?
That
Like you
boy
still getting
said,
paid from Haagen Dogs?
I
Um,
wish.
yeah, right. Anything else you got left on the Olympics?
Whoa. Of course. Team USA, basketball wise. I mean,
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
shout out to them. They just won the championship. It was really special for us, in particular, our generation, to see it because it was our big three. The big three of our generation, I mean, in our adult years, is LeBron, Curry, and Durant. So just to
Yeah.
see them three dominating, just to see it was them three at the end of the day, you have all these young bucks. You have, Jason Tatum, Anthony Edwards, Embiid, but at the end of the day, it really came down to them three, the real OGs, the real faces of the league that's been doing it for over a decade. But they all did it in their own ways.
Mm-hmm.
Saying KD got his fourth gold, most all time, past Melo.
Oh wow. Hell yeah.
Past Melo as Mr. Olympian. KD just a bucket. And any country, any place, any gym, any court, just a walking bucket. LeBron, I think he just really showed that he's an ultimate leader type.
Yeah. He's like he played amazing, man. He really did.
Led the
He
best
he
of the best.
he really did, man. He played, I think he was like 14, 7 and 7 or something. Something like that. And it was
Crazy
just
stats. For the Olympics, for the limited time, I mean, crazy. I know he had a triple double somewhere in there as well. And
yeah, I
nah,
think it was 2 games ago.
just the leadership, just the ability to actually be the point guard, to be the playmaker.
Wait. So we talked about this earlier. What's this stage of LeBron? What's graybeard LeBron? What's his name?
I mean, we were saying a few things. Logan, LeBron. We said Le Grandpa.
Le
Well,
Grandpa.
we
I
got to
like
come
that.
up with a stage because man, the camera pan at him, and my man was looking gray and wise.
He was looking like, yeah, like fucking Dumbledore out there.
Hey, my boy was looking like Magneto, and them boys like old head for real, but
He
still
was old. Yeah, he was old, but he's like, I'm gonna wreck everybody's day.
powerful,
Everybody.
but still competing with all the young guys. So that
So
was
let me ask you, going into 2028 in LA, right? Out of this team, will Steph be there?
no,
Will KD be there?
no,
Will LeBron be there?
no,
Will Embiid be there?
no.
Okay, so out
Embiid
of
might play for another country. That's why I say he won't be there.
I heard that he was supposed to play for Paris, but they wanted him to get like a citizenship and something else.
Bro,
Some like
Embiid flip flop more sides than the goddamn pancake. Hey, flip flopping nationalities is nasty work, fam.
yeah, you ain't lying. So out of the roster who they had this year, right? In 2028, who do you think is going to be the face of it then?
I don't know who'll be the face of it, but for sure Edwards will be there. For sure Halliburton will be there. They gonna invite JT, but he gonna say fuck you. We gonna talk about that after. Um,
Booker, he'll be there.
Booker, he'll be there for sure.
He'll be like 34, 35
AD
ish.
should still be there for sure.
I don't know,
Bam
huh?
should still be there for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And then I think there's still a bunch of guys that need to be there
Holiday?
that
Probably
aren't
not.
there. Nah, not
No,
Holiday,
probably
not
not.
Derek White. There's a
Yeah.
bunch of guys that need to be there next time. I got to see Zion in there. I got to see John
Ooh.
Morant. I got to see John Morant in there. I got to see Jalen Brown in there.
Yeah.
A few cats. I got to see Damian Lillard give it a go. There's a few cats I want to see in there.
I don't see him there. He's like what, 35 now,
He
36?
old, he old, but I don't know why he didn't make it on this squad. That's one question. Everyone was worried about Jalen Brown. I said, where the fuck is Dame Lillard?
Well, I know,
What we
he ended the
doing?
season. He ended this. I mean, Greece tried to, Giannis tried to, but I know Dame got hurt at the end of the season. But like I said, Giannis did too, and he was out there trying to get Greece qualified. But
And he did.
yeah, but they got killed right away. Like they were gone a week ago, 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
but what he did was incredible just to get them out.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but like you were saying, how deep this shit is. Like there's a lot of great basketball around the world.
Yeah, and it's crazy, bro. People just marvel at the fact that average NBA players are superstars when they play for their team. No, that's just because they get the opportunity. That's because
Yeah.
anyone in the NBA, if you build a team around them, they're gonna be great. Like that's just the level of talent in the NBA. So yeah, Jose Alvarado is going crazy for Puerto Rico. Evan Fournier is going crazy for Paris. It's different. They building the team around them. They playing for their country. They got more playing time. They got the ball in their hands more, and that's just NBA talent at its best.
I mean, even some of the Euro guys like that we don't even know about. Like
Yeah,
they
for sure.
balled.
Those Euro guys were putting in work for sure.
Yeah. So there's a lot of great basketball.
But man, the one who really brought it home for us this time around was Chef Curry.
Oof,
He
yo,
was the
that
one.
end of the fourth was
Today in the
exhilarating.
goal game versus Paris, let's give a little backstory. Um, Fourth quarter, close game throughout. I want to say it was like a 4 point game, and then Chef Curry just started going crazy. I think my man hit like 3 to 4 threes in a row,
Yeah, it was
with the
four.
last
Yeah.
one being an absolute heat check. Turn around over two defenders, fade away, leaning to the right from fucking 32 feet. Come on, fam. You're
That's
not
when
even
you knew
supposed
that.
to shoot. You're not even supposed to shoot that in the game.
Hell no.
No
That
matter
was
the
just like, I
condition.
just hit three in a row. Let's do it
That's just one of
again.
those shots you see one of these little 14-year-olds just fucking around at the playground and shooting and hitting and
Yeah, that
bricking.
shit was crazy. It was cool to see all those players celebrate. And when they give them the medals, man, that's there couldn't be more awkward. When they give them the medals and the poster,
Yeah.
it could not be more awkward between every single player.
One thing that my boy that I be talking to, and he always points this out, is he's like, yo, Dixon, pay attention to the difference in how they playing. He's like, bro, you've never seen NBA superstars try this hard. And I'm like, you know what, brother? You're right. All these boys are giving NBA finals effort. And that's
Yeah,
just a
as they
beautiful
should.
thing to
Yeah.
see. Playing unselfish. There's no flopping. There's none of that bullshit. It's just good old basketball. Let
So
them
I
boys
do
play.
I wish that the NBA kind of did this after All-Star break, letting more physical games go because you saw, especially with the USA basketball. I mean, I watched who they played mainly, but they try to get those ticky-tack, free throws. But as the tournament went on, they stopped because they couldn't get away with it.
Yeah. I mean,
But
NBA, they
in the
usually let
beginning,
them
I
play
just wish they
more.
would adapt to that a little bit more.
They usually let them play more in the playoffs, play harder in the playoffs, but they need to let them play a little harder in the regular season as well.
Right. Make the games more, and I mean that's easier said than done, but yeah. Jason Tatum, will he be there? I know you alluded to it a little
Hey,
earlier.
fuck no, bro. Hey, y'all fucked up because now y'all really building the villain arc for Jason Tatum. And the problem is that the beginning of his villain arc is at the top. Usually the origin story, usually the beginning of a villain's story is at the bottom. it's like they're down bad. They're rock bottom. Remember in Incredibles,
Of
Jake got
course.
tried?
Yep.
Right. He was
He
at
said,
rock
I'm coming
bottom and
back.
then he had to work his way up. Jason Tatum's already at the top and then he's starting his villain arc. So that means it's going to keep going because his running mate, Jaylen Brown, same thing. For whatever reason, the league hates them. The world hates them. They don't want them to win. They don't want to see you win, and none of them two, they don't want to see him win. So I think they're going to be even more motivated than last year. And I might have the Celtics repeating.
Okay, let's hold your horses, all right? Let's get to the season, all right? Let's not put that into the atmosphere. I'm just still getting over Celtics winning the
We'll talk in
the
4 months.
we'll talk in 4 months, yeah. I've yet, yeah, I've bought, this is just something that I do. The last 5 years, I've bought the city's newspaper when they win a championship, and I've yet to buy the Celtics just because I'm procrastinating for it.
Which you're going to.
What I'm going to, because that's just a tradition I wanna have.
Got to.
I even got the Nuggets when they beat the Heat. Took me longer to put up, but when I was over it 8 months later, when the season already was rolling, that's when I put it up. It's got a picture of Joker on it, from Denver. It's really cool.
It's just his history. That's it.
It's history. Yeah. It's just taking a moment of sports history that I loved and cherished because it's a championship and you only get so many in your lifetime. Anything else you have on the Olympics or USA basketball?
Man, last thing. I don't think this team is beating the dream team. I don't even think they're beating the '08 team. But let me tell you why.
Shoot.
This team didn't have a point guard. It didn't have a point guard. It didn't have a true facilitator of a ball. It didn't have that. '08 team, two of the greatest to ever do it. Chris Paul and Jason Kidd. They were facilitating everything. They were running that show like an orchestra. And LeBron, but he's a
I was
hybrid.
gonna,
We don't consider him. He's a
he
hybrid.
wasn't at point LeBron then though. That
It
was year
wasn't point
five.
LeBron. He had to be point LeBron this time around because there was no one else.
Yeah.
And then when you go back to the Dream Team, greatest to ever do it, Magic Johnson. And then you had a couple other guys on there as well. But
Chris Mullins and
Magic was running shit. That's all you needed.
Stockton. Yeah.
Stockton, two of the greatest to ever do it as well. This team didn't have an all-time great point guard like that. They did position-wise and Curry, but in play style-wise, they didn't have that facilitator. And I think that's the one thing that made this team not as great as the other teams. I think talent-wise, they're right there, if not better. But I
Okay.
think the
Okay.
combination of talent, the gel, didn't really, you know what I'm saying? Didn't really work together.
Okay. Let me ask you this. If in 10 years, because what the Dream Team has 11 of 12 Hall of Famers, right? Something like that. Are they all Hall of Famers? No, Christian Laettner's not. He's probably a college Hall of Famer, but
Yeah.
he's not in Hall of Fame, right? I mean, I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Okay, so 11 of 12 are all Hall of Famers. If in 10 years all of 11 of 12 players of this team are Hall of Famers, would you think otherwise? No?
That won't mean nothing to me. I'm just going based
Okay.
off play style.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I was
Yeah.
just poking it from a different angle. All right, man. NFL preview. Something that we've been
Nah,
holding
bro.
back. It's holding back of talking
Oh,
about.
we're here, fellas. Like that's it. Like we don't have to watch movies and shows anymore.
Nope.
We don't have to scroll mindlessly through Netflix anymore.
Nope.
Football is back. We are here. Thank you.
NFL preview. Last year, our first episode was an NFL preview, but it was 3 hours long.
Our first
Looking
episode ever.
looking back, probably not a great idea. Probably not a lot of interaction, but it was good for us, I guess, right? It was
No,
good
it
practice.
was perfect.
We went through every team in depth. I mean, it was intense.
Right.
We're gonna go over a couple categories. The first category, just because we can't go through everything because we have lives and stuff to tend to. Who, in your opinion, what is the team that makes the leap up?
I got three.
Go.
I think to start it off, no biases. People will tell you, Tyler, can you confirm? I'm not a hometown bias kid.
Oh hell no, you're the worst when it comes to your own team, and it drives me crazy. But
Damn.
I love you for it because you stick to your guns,
I
and
was just looking,
that's yeah.
I was just looking for a confirmation, but damn, we speaking facts. But Miami Dolphins,
Let's
I think,
go.
yeah, and the leap is like they were pretty damn good last year. So I think the leap this year, one playoff win, and let's get to the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah,
Let's get
let's
to the
see what
AFC
happens.
Championship. That's it. I'm not asking for the Super Bowl. Let's get to the AFC Championship game. I'm trying to manifest it starting now.
Hell yeah, this
Let's
is
get to
2024 Dixon Luna's Dolphins. Okay,
let's get to let's
I
get
like
Tyreek,
this.
let's get McDaniels another year in the system. Let's get Tua his bag. Let's get everyone their bag. Everyone that needs a bag, here you go. We want everyone
You
on
get
board.
some
We
bread. You
want
get some bread.
everyone
You get some
happy.
bread. You get some bread.
And I think the experience last year is vital. I think there's nothing better than a playoff loss for an NFL team. You know, the way they learn from that, the way they come back, it's just part of the process, part of the journey. So I got the Dolphins for sure. Next up, I got the Ravens.
That's one of mine
Um,
too. Yeah.
I think Lamar Jackson, he has to get better. I think he has to learn from the Mahomes loss. They all do. Zay Flowers, you got to learn how to tuck it. Got to learn how not to slam the guy off of your leg when he's holding on to you and get a penalty. Stupid mistakes that they made that I think just a year of maturity will definitely improve. They got, Derrick Henry. So to me, that was a move to beat the Chiefs directly because the Chiefs, their bag is secondary, pass defense, um, not really run defense. So now you have on top of Lamar Jackson, on top of being the best rush offense in the league, Derrick Henry. Let's double down what we're good at, and let's focus on what the Chiefs aren't good at because that's really the only opponent that can stop them. Besides all that, the hometown kid, Lamar Jackson, shout out Broward, looking a lot skinnier, looking a lot slimmer nowadays, looking back to that 2019 Lamar Jackson. So
Mm.
I'm excited to see what he looks like because I did notice he lost some speed. He lost his step when he bulked up. So I'm expecting to see him break a lot more of those 60, 70-yard touchdowns this year if it pans out. And for my last team, I got the Jets. I mean, I don't think
God
it's a
damn.
stretch to say
You were
that.
doing so good, bro. I
I'm
can't.
sorry, buddy.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
I
ahead. Go
told you
ahead.
there's zero bias.
Go ahead.
I don't think it's a stretch to say that they're going to be better than they were last year.
Yeah.
Think
Okay.
anyone can say that, but I
I
do
agree.
like the makeup of their defense. I do like the makeup of their weapons on offense. And Rod should still be good. I'm not saying he's gonna be prime, but he should still be good. And with a great defense and weapons on offense, sometimes just good is good enough. So I got the Jets at least getting into the playoffs, making some noise.
I do agree with you with the Jets. I don't want it to happen openly. I do not want that to happen. I am very, very intrigued of how they look and how they play. I'm gonna hate watch them because I'm a Dolphins fan, but in the other way, I'm gonna watch them for a just a love of the football world
Of
aspect,
course,
right?
of course.
So I'm gonna be 50-50 on them, but I do agree with you. They are gonna be better. I think their defense will be even better. I think to me, yes, I know how you feel. I know how our boy Connor feels. They weren't a top five defense. I think they slide into that. They will be a better team. Moving on from the New York
Nothing wrong with
Jets.
saying that.
Well, wash me from my sins later. One of my teams, I do agree with the Ravens. I do like that pick. I think having that power that the team is that Lamar is needed. They've had good running backs, okay? They've had it's good. I didn't say great. I didn't say above average, not below.
Also,
They've had good running backs. They've made backs better than they've played,
they have
other
a
than
great scheme and great coaching and great O line.
yes. So adding a he wasn't last year. He still had a good year compared to the NFL. A 2,000 yard back,
Adding
multiple
a
2,000,
legend.
adding a legend as position. I hope to God that he stays healthy, right? Seeing in Lamar and him together, that's Madden shit.
Hey, can
That's
you
something you do in
imagine
Madden.
Lamar get the ball off the hike RPO with Henry?
Yo, I'm gonna call. Let me call this because we've seen this in the past. Okay, so I hope you remember it because I probably won't. Lamar Jackson will catch a touchdown from Derrick Henry.
You know, Derrick Henry like to do that jump pass at the goal line.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it right now. I'm gonna call it,
Good
but I
call.
can't. I
Hey,
can't wait for that.
good
But this is
dog.
it. My next team is a team that you were riding for last year. I think Detroit makes it to the Super Bowl this year. A lot of their youth has
Mom's are sweaty.
another year,
Mom
right?
spaghetti.
They have they've drafted well, right? So they drafted defensive players this year to add into their, bad secondary, but they did get better, through the year. On top of that, they know their identity, right? They've taken their identity, have maximized it. Golf has played really great. He got paid. One person I'm looking forward to is Jamar Gibbs. I can't wait for him to see what he does year
Did
two
they
because he
keep
blocked.
Montgomery?
They blocked. No, Montgomery's in. I think it's the Bills. I think he went to the
So Gibbs
Bills.
got the starting role now.
Yeah, but they picked up another back. I'm not sure who though. So I'm just really excited. I think the not to preview the end of our segments, but I think they make to the Super Bowl.
Incredible. Incredible.
Look, yeah, look, yeah.
God damn.
Um,
Wasn't
what's
ready
it?
for that.
What's a team for you? Oh, and my other team would be, I'm gonna put Homer on the Dolphins, but you already said enough. What's a team to you that regresses this year?
Hey, about fucking time that this team regressed. First, we saw them be good, 12 and 4, 12 and 4, 12 and 4. Then we saw them be mediocre, 9 and 7, 9 and 7. Then we saw them be good again, 12 and 4, 12 and 12, 12 and 4. Now they're about to go back to mediocre. Talking about the Dallas Cowboys. It's finally,
Ooh,
I am so ready. I think the world is ready. Let's just go back to mediocre, if not bad. Let's take a step back so we could take a step forward in the future. But it's just all this offseason drama. The team did absolutely nothing on the off
nothing, nothing.
except just beef with their own players. So they're pretty much gonna have the same team as last year, but I think everyone else around them got better. So, and I don't know how the schedule looks this year. I remember the schedule being very friendly to them last year.
Mm.
So I think the Cowboys would definitely take a step back, and I think everyone, even Cowboys fans, will be fine with that. They'll be good with that. They want that because what is 12 and 4 going to do for you if you know you're not going to get over the hump?
They are disappointing. If I was a Cowboys fan, thank God I'm not. I would be incredibly disappointed. CD played out of his mind last year, and you hear Jerry Jones saying, "Well, I don't care," or whatever the fuck
Come
he
on,
said.
bro.
Like,
CD had the best single wide receiver season in your franchise history, and you drafted him. So it ain't like he just a random. Get the man his bread. You know he's good for it.
what do you think about next year? I don't know if you heard the rumors about Dak possibly being somewhere else next year.
Oh,
What do you
he's
think about
definitely
that?
gone.
You think so?
Yeah, because Dak wants, record setting money. Dak wants, to reset the market. And I don't know if the Cowboys are willing to do that after what he's done in the playoffs. So
True.
I think it's about time for Dak to go to another team, really show how fucking mediocre and bad he is and just ride it out to the wheels fall off.
He's played bad in the playoffs, but he's had some really good games, especially last year. I feel he showed up in some of
He
those
had a great
games.
regular season last year.
Yeah, but yeah,
He just doesn't show up when it matters. That's it.
All right. Well, for me, my team, my main team is the Bills.
Mm.
I think they have a whole new look. They lost a lot of vets on that team that got them to where they are. Some got injured, right? A lot, you know. Some wanted the bread and some wanted them to move on. This is gonna be if they have a mediocre season, this is gonna be McDermott's last year. Like I'm calling it already. And there's gonna be even more weight on Josh Allen. Now, Josh Allen owns the Miami Dolphins. We all know this. He probably has a parking spot next to the owner,
Yeah, yeah,
but
next to the VP.
he doesn't play like that against everybody. A lot of teams, but it's going to be a lot more pressure on him. He's going to have to do a lot more things. I really think because how much of a load he's going to have, pause, um, he's going to be like in the MVP race if he does well. I really think he's going to get that much,
Yes.
passing, running, anything he needs to do. On like we're going to see real Superman Josh Allen this year. I really believe that.
No, we are, and you started to head down the right path at the end of your statement by saying that he's going to be an MVP candidate. He definitely is. I think the Bills are going to be a lot better than a lot of people think. I think they're actually going to
Wow.
be pretty competitive. I don't got them as a guaranteed playoff spot, but I got them competing to get into the playoffs for sure. And I think it's good for the team to get rid of Stephon Diggs, addition by subtraction. And I think Josh Allen, like you said, you know, all the doors were already open for him before, but now he has to do everything. So should be interesting. Another level of maturity, another year, another year. I already said that, but I just said it again to sound like I have more to say. Um, I think they do better than what people think this year.
Okay.
I don't
So,
think they'll be bad at all.
do you have another team on your list?
Yes, I do. Yes, I definitely do. So I think this team they'll take a step back, but not a huge step back. And that's the San Francisco 49ers.
Mm.
You have to remember that normally this team is very injured. So last year was one of those special years that they were all healthy. And usually when they're all healthy, they're there in the NFC Championship, Super Bowl. But, just playing out percentages, it's tough to see another year where everyone's healthy, everyone's a year older. They didn't really do much either. They're just going to go with the same team, which is still, top to
Yeah,
bottom,
they're a
best
Super
roster
Bowl
in the league.
contender. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, best roster in the league. But I just think one or two hiccups definitely come this year. One of them already being possibly losing Ayuk.
Hmm.
That's a huge one. So I think more health wise, they won't be as good or in the same position as they were last year.
Speaking of Ayuk, he he's not a I know he wants like 32, 33. That's what I've heard. Million a year. I don't think he's in that echelon. I think he
Thank
might
you,
be in.
buddy. Thank you. Nobody says it.
He's not. It's
When
okay
the
though.
fuck did Brandon Ayuk become elite? I am sorry. I'm so
Okay,
tired of
last year,
hearing.
well, I will say, last year he played excellent. He played very, very,
How
very
many players not gonna have those numbers on that team though?
right. So because of Debo, because of CMC, because of Kittle, he was the third or fourth option, right? And
Obviously,
he
you're going up
he
against third
produced.
string cornerbacks. You better eat.
He produced, and I mean, shoot, he was on both my fantasy football teams, and I went to two Super Bowls. Like, and he was a big factor. That's why I know how elite he was last year. But on another team as a number one, I'm sorry, dude. It's not
Right.
32, 33. Like, one of these guys is gonna have to take less money with the market entails. And you see a couple here and there, but you're not a true one. You would be a one on a let's see, on the Chargers, right? As a on the Chargers roster, you would be number one on the Giants. Someone that
He's a
has a
really good two.
he's an excellent two.
He's an excellent two. He's a Pro Bowl All Pro two.
Yeah. So I did hear that Pittsburgh, Patriots were the teams involved with him, if I
Yeah.
think. Um, I mean, both of them don't have solid quarterbacks as of right now before the season. That would be hesitant. If he did that, it was be going to get bread, right? That's all it would be. So I do agree with you. I think they do kind of regress a little bit, but I also another to one of your points. If they lose one, two, three guys, it's going to be tough. You know, tough diggings. You know what I mean? And I know who's a linebacker that they lost in the Super Bowl. Um,
Armstrong.
Armstrong. How good he did last year
He
and
was
what he is
fucking
that team.
balling.
Like he's not. I think he's not going to be back for the beginning of the year. So we'll see. But I do think they'd be.
Armstrong or Armstead. I'm sorry. One of the two.
Yeah, yeah, one of the two. Because the no Arm, I think Armstead went to Jacksonville this offseason. Um, any other teams that are going to regress for you?
No, that's all I got. Cowboys and Niners.
For a rookie, we have a little rookie watch, right? Some of the rookies that we're interested in or just want to see how they develop. For me, I'm going to give you my first one, and it's Harrison Jr. I say that because he
Wow. Okay.
he hasn't been in the media. He didn't want to, he held out on his rookie deal. He held out on a couple other things that have been really under the radar. And if he was Caleb Williams or
That's
another
a
high,
sleeper. I haven't heard much about him since he got drafted.
exactly. And I think there's a reason for that. But that's more of an off the field thing. On field, I want to see what Murray does. He did come back and they were a better team with him on a not a highly talented team. So I'm very interested to see if we have a new receiver because he's coming in as the one, right? He's coming in as a generational
What
talent.
is he, a third overall pick as a wide receiver? That's
Fourth,
crazy.
fourth, I think.
Being a top five receiver pick, that means you're like generational, like you just said.
Right. So I'm really intrigued to see because I think we're in a phase in the NFL right now, and it could change, right? If the game changes, this will change. That we're gonna get at least one receiver a year or two that are impactful right away. I'm talking
Rookies,
Jamar Chase. I'm talking St. Brown. I'm
Justin
talking
Jefferson.
Jefferson. I mean, it's just what it is now. If you're a first, second, or third round, we had Puka last year in the fifth round. The league is so good, so talented, and the training for it is so good, so talented. It's a given, and I think he's going to be that one. And there's what six or seven receivers that people think that can be this can be one of the best receiving drafts of all time, which is
No, for
crazy to
sure.
say.
For sure. Let's stay right at receiver. For me, I got Malik Neighbors. Um,
Mm.
Another receiver coming out of LSU. Everyone that's around him, all the reports that have been around LSU campuses say that this is Jamar Chase 2.0.
Oh shoot,
This is
okay.
the second coming of Jamar Chase. Very similar body, same school, obviously, but I think he's explosive, and I think he'll definitely make big plays. Problem is the quarterback, the O line, and the franchise. So I don't know if he's in the best position, but I think he'll definitely make some highlight plays this year. Malik Neighbors.
My other one is the first overall pick, Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
He
but
had he played today his first game, their second preseason game.
hey,
Saw some of that. He moved around really well. He had a nice ball that he throws.
dot on the throw.
Yeah, and watching him on
Absolute
Hard
laser
Knocks.
on the run.
I know you don't usually watch Hard Knocks, but the Bears are the team this year. So while I watched watching him on that, it got me more intrigued. So
I've heard great stories. I've loved what I've been hearing coming out of him on the off court, off season stuff. In terms of, I heard a story where he was telling his teammates like, "Hey guys, let's pick up after ourselves. These guys already have it rough enough, and we're making it harder for them by just leaving shit everywhere, all over the facility. Let's pick up after ourselves." That type of shit, that type of leadership says a lot. So
And his receiving core being
elite.
Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and then the rookie Roman Dunze. Yeah,
No,
that's
elite.
really cool. That's really, really cool. So that's my other rookie.
Listen, I'm completely sold on Caleb Williams. Like completely sold. Like I think he's gonna come in and be competitive immediately. Bears are gonna be playoff contenders immediately. Um,
Wow, okay. All
yeah,
right.
I think he's walked into a great situation. They rolled out the red carpet for him, and I think he is a generational special talent. I really do.
Okay. What made you get
So
there? What made you get to that point to be able to say, for you to be able to say that
okay,
something really
so
past had to
based
happen?
off his college tape, everything was special. But we've seen that. When you saw Justin Fields in college, it was special. When you saw Trevor Lawrence in college, it was special. But just to see the combination of special on the field and also very unique off the field, because I'm the type of guy, I pay attention to both. I'm not just a what do you do for me in the game. No, I got to see who are you. So I like what he's doing off the field. He seems unconventional. He seems like himself, like he's not trying to fit in. He's not trying to be PC. I respect that. That shows very much confidence. That shows very much individualism. And he just got put in the best situation. Like I've never seen a team built up so much around a rookie. So I think a combination of those things that led me to think like, oh, actually, he's ready to be successful right now.
Hmm. Okay.
Fucking with Caleb, bro. The other dude, second pick overall, Jaden McDaniels, very similar.
Hmm.
Very similar. I think everything that I just said applies to him. Not as special talent wise, not as unique off the field, but he's right there. Dude
Hmm.
is locked in. Dude is really good. And I think he'll immediately make Washington better. I don't know about playoff contender, but he's definitely going to be making better than they were last year. And I think this is the second coming of RG3. So great job,
Hmm.
Washington. Y'all got another one. Let's not fuck it up this time.
Well, let's see a game before we say we saw a playoff. We saw a preseason game. Let's see some real life going against
Well, this is
one.
predictions. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So who has the better season? Caleb or not career, but season? Caleb or Daniels?
That's really tough. That's really tough. I might say McDaniels just because his team's asking more of him.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I think he'll have a lot
Um,
more like pass attempts and rushing attempts.
got you. Okay. Okay. I know we didn't go over this, but just a Finn's breakdown real quick, right?
Hold on. I'm not done with my rookie watch. I got
Oh,
one
I'm
more.
sorry. Go
Got
ahead. I'm
one
sorry.
more. That's it. We got one
Yeah,
more. That's
yeah,
it.
go
Super sleeper sneaky pick, Joe Milton the third. This is the second rookie quarterback on the Patriots. Obviously, Drake May is the guy, but if he just tends to not do well, watch out for the other guy they have, Joe Milton, absolute freak of nature from
ahead.
Tennessee. That's all I gotta say.
Okay. Okay. Staying in the division, I'm gonna do a Finn's moment for the season. Okay, real quick.
Thank
Just some
you.
stuff that we haven't been able to speak about.
I was thinking we should do the same thing.
Tua getting paid first thing, right? He's like the third or fourth highest paid player in the quarterbacks now. What was your first reaction and how do you feel about it happening a couple weeks ago now? Because I'll tell you real quick before you get started. I think it's what the market is. This is the game that all these quarterbacks have to play every year. So people say, "Oh, he doesn't deserve this." Okay, Jordan Love just got paid the most in the NFL, and he played a good 8 games. So I don't want to hear about it. Garoppolo got a bunch of contracts for so much less. Okay, so Tua backed it up the last 2 years. To me, yes, he had injury issues. Played every game last year. He deserves the money where the team is built for him, has built him up to this player. And yeah, I'm all for it. I'm glad it got done.
Same exact here, buddy. I'm super glad. I'm super happy. It kind of made my heart warm. You got to remember, I keep bringing this up, but it's so important. Off the field, Tua had every chance to get into the media and completely bash the Dolphins. Say, yo, I don't know why I'm not starting. I don't know why I'm competing with Fitzpatrick. I don't know why every other week my job is in the air. This is when the Flores era was going. What did
Yeah,
he do? He kept his head down. He went to work for years and years and years. When an employee does that, you have to give him a promotion. We just have to. Well deserved. And what else are we going to do? There is no other quarterbacks available. It's not like someone in the draft is really shocking anyone. So it's just what we had to do. It's just the smartest decision for now. And I think we have to take advantage of the team that we have around him. Let's go all in. The chances like this are very small to come by in the NFL, and we have one.
I agree. Another thing, they doubled down on their skill players by drafting another incredibly fast running back and two receivers that have been playing great offseason ball and even producing in the preseason. So that's good to see because OBJ, Tyreek, Waddle, one of them will be injured at one time, possibly two or three will be injured. It's this you big to me, they built a lot like the Ravens did. They built off of what they're already good at to
Right.
make them even better. And the Dolphins were a top three offense last year. Like, remember at one point, this was one of the best offenses we've ever seen as a
70-point
Dolphin
game.
as a Dolphin game. I mean, a Dolphin fan. So them doubled down at running back and receiver. Um, the biggest question mark with me, the biggest thing that I'm interested is the new DC, Anthony Weaver from Baltimore, ex-player. I love all the tangibles, right? Everything I do here, but he's gonna have to learn on the job. I don't know how much he was calling from last year in Baltimore. I don't think he was calling plays, so that's a new thing, right, for him. Um, so I'm just really interested to see how they'll look. But the players that they've got, it's gonna to me it's gonna resemble a lot of Ravens football because they doubled down on linebacker. We got a whole new linebacker core um other than Long Jr. So that's brand new. Speed and strength. Secondary should be a year better. And X being gone, this could be a first year without X. Who's gonna be that real number two? Maybe Kohu, but Kohu got burnt a lot last year, I felt. But not to go into that, my prediction for the season for the Dolphins is 12-5. Anything you want to add on top of that?
No, I mean, I agree with what you said. Yeah, I think the record will be around there. 12 and 5,
Okay.
11 and 6, and I think we'll be good enough for a playoff win this year. And that'll be an
Me
improvement
too.
for last year. So,
Me
but
too.
hey, man, I'm saying that I'm being optimistic, but realistically, we should be trying to win it all.
Yeah, we need to be a contender.
We need to fucking go for it. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Super Bowl predictions, last segment of the night.
Wow.
I don't
Hmm. Mm-mm-mm.
I don't know what direction you're gonna go in,
Mm-mm-mm.
but my Super Bowl prediction, I have two. One is biased and one is not. The unbiased is Lions and Ravens.
Okay, this is the real one then.
Lions and Dolphins. Super Bowl.
Okay. Lions
Motor
versus
Motor
or
City versus Magic City. That's what it's gonna be.
Lions versus Ravens. That was the Super Bowl we were supposed to get last year. That was the one that the hood wanted instead
That's
of
right. Yeah, the
the
AFC
other shit.
Championship and the NFC Championship.
Very interesting. Damn. I like that. I really do like that because I have Detroit going to the NFC Championship. Unfortunately, I have them losing to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Hmm.
People are asleep, man. People just thought it was a one-time thing. It was a fluke. No, it
No,
wasn't.
I don't believe that. Yeah.
It wasn't. They got so much better. They got so much better all around. Another year with the coach. Obviously, Jalen Hurts is another year, and he's going to be hella motivated. He gets taken out of every list. He gets disrespected anytime good quarterbacks are brought up, and he's going to show everyone why. He has two great weapons on the outside. He has a tight end that's really good as well. I think they're going to be great, and I think they're going to be right there at the end as well. On the other side, Can't go against this guy. This is the new Tom Brady. Hey, if you're
Mm,
betting, man, you might as well bet for Mahomes every year. I'm telling you that right now for the next 10. And you'll
mm.
have a 50-50 chance of hitting. Chiefs, I think, got even better than last year. Last year was supposed to be their bad year. Last year was supposed
They
to be
won the Super Bowl.
their year. It was supposed to be their rebuild year, and they won a fucking Super Bowl. So now they're going to be 1 year into the rebuild. Should be a lot better. Huge thing that I think they lost is Snead. Man,
Yeah, that's a big loss. He was a factor, man.
huge factor. Um, you didn't say your winner though. Who you got winning?
Bruh. I think the AFC wins the championship next year.
So you got the Ravens.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think the Eagles get
Great.
it. I think the Eagles get revenge on the Chiefs and they get it done.
Wow. The Kelsey-less Eagles win championship. I
Yeah,
know it'll be interesting, man. I'm interested to see how Kellen Moore does there and how Saquon is used and just how that offense looks this year compared to last year. Because it was so weird, man. We've talked about it 100 times, but them going from 10-1 to barely scraping into the wild card and like
and
that
losing to Baker.
that was so like what the it was like Pizarro Eagles. You know what I mean?
The fall off was crazy.
They had like what 3 defensive coordinators in like couple months and shit. Like, come on. When you're doing that shit, you know you're panicking.
They picked up Kevin Byard out of nowhere.
Yeah, so that's interesting. So you got anything else for NFL?
Nah, man, that's it. I'm looking forward to it. We're back.
Or back season 2? All right, man. Well, you have a great night, great episode, and to another year, baby. To another
Yes,
year.
sir, man. Have a good one. Great
All
year.
right.
Let's do it again.